Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2019 goals. And before you even say anything, yes, I know it is February. I'm aware it is February, but I was on a break from YouTube, so technically I already have my goals ready. I just didn't make the video for it. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. You can make goals all year round. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of January. It doesn't have to be like, you know, this whole new year, new me, you know. You don't have to hold yourself to that. You can make goals whenever. But I did make these goals in January. I just didn't make the video for it. So technically I already have them done, so whatever. So if you guys are interested in hearing some of my goals for 2019, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next upload. All right, so if you checked out my previous upload, you would have seen that I shared the Artist of Life workbook and how I swear by it and absolutely love it. So in it, it also has a section where you can write down your goals, and that is where I have written down my goals for 2019. And as you can see, I filled out the whole box, you guys, because I take my goals very seriously, although I do have a hard time, you know, achieving some of my goals sometimes. But you know, I'm a dreamer, and sometimes I like to aim really high. But this year I felt like I did a really good job at being a little bit more realistic with my goals. I feel like my goals this year are a little bit more attainable. And I honestly feel like setting goals for yourself is one of those things that you can stand to learn a little something. It takes a while to kind of get comfortable with saying, oh, I'm gonna do this, but then absolutely doing nothing to attribute to it. And I must admit, I'm one of those people. You know, I set a goal, but I don't actually take the steps required to achieving them, you know, and, you know, I'm guilty of that. So this year, one of the things I wanted to work on is making sure if I am going to create a goal, I need steps to work on it. You know, I'm a planner and I'm a scheduler and all that fun stuff, but when it comes to achieving a goal or anything, I tend to let the goal be big in my head, and then when it comes time to doing it, I scare myself off. So in 2019, I didn't want that to happen, so I made more realistic goals, and each of these goals, I kind of have the first few steps down to how I'm gonna achieve it, you know? So that's what I'm gonna share with you guys today. There's about like 20 goals here, so I'm gonna just read off some of them, and I'm gonna share with you guys the first few steps I want to take to either achieving the goal, or I'm going to share with you guys why I have written this down as a goal for myself. These are just my main goals. They are broken down into other things in the workbook, like they have health goals, they have relationship goals, they have career goals, and so on and so forth. But these that I'm about to mention are just my main goals, so they could fall into different categories, but these are my main ones. Cool. Okay, so the very first goal that I want to achieve, but I kind of have no control over at the same time, is I want to have a stress-free and healthy birth. If you guys don't know, I am about 6 months pregnant, so thank you. I am pregnant, and the reason why I wanted to write this down as being a goal, even though I have no control over it, is simple. I am a mental, well, I was going to say I'm a mental person, but that didn't come out right. I wanted this to be a goal for myself because I want to be motivated and inspired by my own pregnancy. Honestly, who does not want to have a stress-free, you know, healthy pregnancy? Everybody wants that. But I wanted this to kind of just be a main goal of mine, simply because in the beginning of my pregnancy, it was all very hard for me emotionally, and it was easy for me to fall back into the routine of making myself feel bad or making myself feel guilty for just how all my emotions and all my hormones were going. You know, I was feeling like, am I ready to be pregnant? Am I gonna be a good mom? Do I have this or do I have that? Blah blah blah. Now that, you know, I'm near the end of it, I want to go out with a bang. Basically, I just want it to be a positive and an encouraging time for me, and that's literally my goal, and I'm putting it out into the universe because that's what I want. That's simply how I get my energy. You know, I don't get my energy from people constantly telling me, you know, oh, this is gonna hurt. You know, I don't get my energy from that. You know, that just scares me, and that would scare anybody. It's not just me, but that's a goal of mine, is to just have a stress-free, healthy pregnancy. I cannot wait to meet my baby, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and yeah, so that's a goal of mine. Alright, and another goal of mine is I want to get my driving permit. I mentioned that in the previous video, so I've just been gearing myself up for that. I want to be mobile in 2019. I want to be able to move myself around, or just know that, you know, I'm working on driving so that I can, you know, have the freedom basically to drive myself somewhere to go pick up something quickly. So I want to do that in 2019. Da-da-da. Obviously, I want to keep up with my YouTube content as much as I can. I am aware that once a baby comes, it's going to be hard to film content and to edit it and to even schedule the time to even like do any of that stuff. I understand that, but you know, I do want to try to at least create like one video a month if I can, and take breaks in between if I need to. I'm not going to force myself to create content for YouTube at all. If I can't do it, then I can't do it. But I still want that to be a goal of mine, to keep up with my content, because I love my YouTube channel and I love my outlet of creativity here. So I want that to continue to be something that is always going to be in the back of my mind for the year. I also want to reach 200 plus subscribers. I've had this goal on my I've had this, yeah, no, that's right. I've had this goal on my list for a long time now, and it has been kind of hard to reach that goal. And a part of me wanted to just scratch this goal off completely this year, but I decided no, I am going to reach that this year. So when it comes to that, when it comes to creating my YouTube content, I want to try to make more videos that are a little bit more relatable and just really find what my audience likes. You know, yeah, really find what my audience like and what kind of content I can create and still stick to who I am. I love makeup, but you know, sometimes makeup videos are a little bit repetitive, so I just am gonna try to find what that area of expertise is. I also like doing mental health videos and sit down talk through videos like this as well, but sometimes people don't like that. So I'm just going to try to find more creative ways of talking about mental health and sharing myself and sharing my journey here on YouTube. Another goal of mine that I have written down here is to simply take some time, like I mentioned before. I don't want to schedule myself as much as I've been scheduling myself basically my entire life. It's really hard sometimes for me to let go of a lot of things, and I noticed over the years that giving myself such a structured time frame doesn't work for me, because it continues to stress me out. And don't limit myself, don't rush myself, and just try to just be in the moment as much as I can, and just be okay with it. I don't know. Another goal of mine is to get some clarity. You know, the reason why I got this Artist of Life book is I wanted more clarity in my life. I want to start guiding my mind and guiding myself towards those things. I tend to think of a lot of big dreams and hope for a lot of things, and it's like I don't know where to start with any of it, so I just don't start. It's all jumbled up inside of my brain. So this year I want to get more clarity on myself and more clarity on what it is that I want to do and where it is I want to guide my life towards. So another goal of mine for 2019 is I want to start working on my book ideas. One of my goals, ultimate goals in life, is to actually write and publish, I was gonna say produce, write and publish a book, basically writing. I think that's the thing that, you know, I really want to do this year, is to just start writing, because overall I know I want to write and publish a book. About what? I'm not 100% sure yet, which is why I want some clarity. So this year I just want to write, basically, and get started on my book ideas. So the way I'm going to start doing that is basically, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to start executing that, to be quite honest with you. So this year, I just want to allow myself to be like, okay, I'm not doing anything right now. Let's just turn on the laptop and start typing. So I want to allow myself to have that time. There's a lot of things that inspire me, and there's a lot of the things that I would love to write about. It's just kind of finding that clarity and finding that thing that it is that I want to write. Another goal of mine for 2019 is I want to read more books about people. I felt like I have been reading mental health books for the last like 5-6 years, and I love mental health books, but I'm now ready to be inspired by people in general. One book that I do want to read this year is the Michelle Obama book called Becoming. I could easily get the book right now, but I'm giving myself time because I'm also reading a book right now, and I don't want to overwhelm myself with having like 6 books all at once. So I'm giving myself time to eventually get to that book, and I know the book is really popular right now, and you know, I don't want to be a part of the whole, like, I don't want to be a part of the masses. I want to wait until, you know, I just want to be patient with it, basically. There's honestly no rush. The book that I'm reading right now is the Trevor Noah book, Born a Crime. Is it Born a Crime? Yeah, the Trevor Noah book called Born a Crime. Only like, what, 2 chapters in. And it's really good so far, actually. I really enjoy it. And it's so different going from reading mental health books to reading books about people's lives. It's such a different way of taking in the words, and you know, I realized that I needed that shift. I realized that when it came to like my mental health, I had kind of had a good grasp on it so far, but now I needed to be inspired by people because I love being inspired by others. So I felt like I needed to read more stories about people, their upbringing, their lives, and all of that stuff. And that also translates into podcasts and the things that I listen to as well. Right now, I just subscribed to Oprah's Masterclass podcast, where celebrities share their stories and all that stuff. And I just listened to the one about The Rock. Yes, I just listened to the one about The Rock, and I like hearing stuff like that. So I just put it on while I cook or clean, and just have, you know, and just be inspired by their stories. Another goal of mine for this year is to socialize more. I am an introvert, and I like to be by myself. I like to be home, hence talking to a camera. But I want to make sure I socialize more this year, in terms of allowing people to come into my life. I will be the first to admit that I do have trust issues, and it's not gonna, you know, go away overnight. But over the years, I have been trying to slowly work on healing myself so that I can eventually get to a place where I do trust people. And I'm not there yet, to be quite honest with you, but I'm at the place now where I'm challenging myself to allow those people to come into my life so that I can eventually trust them, or I can eventually see if I can trust them, basically. So one of my goals this year is to try to socialize and just overall let people in, share who I am with others, and work from there. Another goal of mine for 2019 is to simply have more fun, or just have fun in general. I'm more of like, I'm having fun in my head kind of a person, but I want to be able to express that on the outside. I want to be able to express if I'm having fun, just I'm having fun. The greatest time I have is when I'm by myself. And I want to be able to express that when I'm around people, because I notice that when I am around people, you know, I don't express myself as much, simply because I'm more of like an introvert, and I'm a little bit more shy, and you know, there's all these other factors. But I want to allow myself to just be in the moment, and if this is a fun situation and I'm having a good time, just trust that I can express it, basically. And in 2019 I want to be able to do that, especially now, because like I'm about to become a mom and I'm about to do the weirdest things with my child, and you know, I kind of have to be shameless with that. So I want to allow myself to basically be free and to just enjoy the moment and take things in and just be cool, calm, and collected. All right, so those are my main goals for 2019. Obviously, there are so many other goals. There's so many other things that I have written down in this workbook that I could share with you guys, but those are just things that I need to work on myself. Like I said before, I love this workbook simply because it's helping me work through you know, the things in life that I need to work on and get a little bit of clarity on. But those are just some of my goals that I am willing to share with you guys this year. Hopefully I will achieve them. Yeah, hopefully I will achieve them. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you guys for continuing to watch my videos, even though sometimes I know they're really long. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to purchase this Artist of Life book, I will leave a link in the description box below to where you can purchase it, and then I will also leave a link to the Lavender Lifestyle channel here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys, you know, have a good weekend, and I will see you guys on my next upload. Bye.